So this is going to be the first video of a few videos that I'm going to be putting out in August, and the idea of these videos is to assist people moving through the energy of August. There is a lot of things happening externally to us, and we might think that the world is in a chaotic place. If you're watching the news and all of the stuff that's happening on that kind of world stage, you might be dropping into fearful states about what might be happening politically or financially or any of those things. The idea of this is just to be able to just offer some help and some kind of guidance, and to know that you're not alone going through this process if it is something that's happening to you. And if you found this video, I suspect that you are somebody who's on the awakening journey and started to look at things and think, hang on a minute, this is a little bit strange. So if that is you, then you might find these videos useful, and there'll be one a day for the month of August. So today I just wanted to start with talking about the energy of our ancestors and the things that we have, brought forth from our ancestral line. Now, I work with people obviously one-to-one in a coaching and therapy capacity, and everybody on the planet, if they've been alive for a few years, has limiting beliefs and things that they're not happy about and things that they would like to change. If we think about the way that we look, we find it very easy to say, you look like your granddad, or you look like a certain family member. And just like that, we take on the kind of physical characteristics of our ancestors, our parents and our grandparents, and etc., etc. You can look back along the line and look at old photographs and think, oh, I look like that person there from 100 years ago or whatever. We take that really, of course, we take on physical characteristics. They get passed on through our genetic ancestral line. And just like that happens, we also get, what also gets passed on is the emotional state and the memories of the things that those particular people in our ancestral line went through. That's also passed on through our DNA, through our genes. So there might be things that you have issues with. For instance, a very simple one that comes up quite a lot is somebody who is really struggled all of their life to lose weight, and has kind of an interesting behavior around food, as in they feel like they need to eat all the food that's in front of them. Now, that one is just a very common one, but it could come from somebody who was in a famine down your ancestral line. So, for instance, if you had an ancestor in the potato famine, for instance, in Ireland, then it could be that particular trait of, right, okay, so now we need to eat when there is food. So that could be something that is now unhelpful for you in this current lifetime, as in, we don't need to, we're not in a famine, so we don't need to eat all of the food that we have in front of us. So that's a simple one, but there's many, many, many of those. And I was thinking about my ancestry today, and thinking about a couple of generations ago where people were so poor in my family that they couldn't afford to feed their children. So what they did really drastically was to kill themselves, the parents. Though I think they were my great grandparents, killed themselves so that the children, I think it was 6 and 4 at the time, would be taken into a Victorian workhouse. One was into an orphanage, and the other one was a bit older, so could actually go into a workhouse, which, when you hear about it now, it just seems so incredible that had to happen. So that particular really traumatic event could then get passed down and lead to beliefs in lack, and beliefs of there is no way out, the beliefs of I'm stuck, there's nothing else I can do, I don't know how to get out of this. And this is something that I definitely have struggled with in different areas of my life. So it could be that comes from that particular part of my ancestral lineage. So I just wanted you to kind of think about your roots. When we talk about our roots, we think about where have we come from, what happened to those people in our ancestry. And as I was working with somebody the other day, we did actually work on the ancestral line, and we can actually go back into those places to get to the root cause of the problem that they have in this particular lifetime now. And it's a really freeing and kind of useful thing to do, because we take on the positive traits, but we also can take on the things that are not helpful to us. So we're in a time now where we are releasing a lot of, I call it density, from within the body, and that density are the unhelpful limiting beliefs, the unhelpful values, the unhelpful behaviours and patterns and programs that we've had going on for so long. But we've been programmed for hundreds and hundreds of years, so it's kind of, you know, it's coming to a head, and it's why people are kind of, you know, when we meet people, there's a lot of people have got a lot of issues going on. There's lots of things coming up. Everything feels uneasy. There's a little bit of unrest. We don't know where things are, what's happening in the world, how we're going to be. A lot of people feel like that. So it's just quite helpful to know that it's kind of bubbling up to the surface in a lot of people, and it's bubbling up so that we can all release that internally. And as we look inwards and work on what is within, our external reality reflects that back to us, and this is how we change the world. So I just wanted to offer some comfort and some words of hopefully wisdom, in terms of knowing that you're not alone going through this weird process. If you're feeling like nothing makes sense and you feel disconnected from yourself, from your old life, from whatever, old worries and concerns that are coming up that you thought you'd dealt with, any of those things, everything is bubbling up to the surface to be felt through and released. And it's actually quite a simple process to do. So really just go in there and just feel, where do I feel that in my body? Where do I feel this lack mentality, which is something I've definitely had. And when I look into it, that's a very prominent place that may have been passed down from. Just like I have, you know, the nose of my grandma, I might have the fear of not having enough from my great grandparents. So it's a very interesting thing to do, but also I can feel that through, and as I feel that through me, then that kind of clears it for the rest of the sort of generations moving forward. So we're all kind of on a clearing mission right now to get rid of and feel through and let go of all the old programs and beliefs, because actually we are here, you know, we're here to enjoy ourselves. We're here to find bliss, find happiness, find joy. And, you know, we're often we can drop into that, but sometimes we do have things that we just have to let go of and clear. So I hope that helps somebody out there, and I'll be putting out another video every day in August just to help with something in terms of this energetic process that we're all going through at whatever level or stage that we are at. Thank you.